Welcome to my figure practicing videos. In this series, we practice placing suggestive figures into various backgrounds or contexts to make it more interesting and storytelling. Let's get into the video. Let's make a quick background or context. So here I'm making a couple of boards and my approach will be very loose. Right, these are we don't have much precise drawing here, just some boards. I think that's it. I don't want to complicate it, right? So I'm wetting some areas for the sky and then applying whatever color is left over in my palette. So it's a grayish blue and a little bit warmer, maybe brownish blue as well. So see, the approach is to create the context as quickly as possible and play with it. I'm adding some sprays and creating some loose misty feel for the sky, right? And I'm continuing with the water because I want the reflection to be wet on wet, and I'm continuing with the same pale wash, and I'm just dropping in the reflections for the board, right? So yeah, I'm planning for a red board and maybe an orange board. So in the first one I played with the reflection, in the second one I played with the boat itself. It is just I just followed my instinct. There is no specific reason for these approaches. And you see that some of the water from the sky is falling down, but that's okay, right? I think we got some suggestion, and let us make some darker sky at the bottom. So I used some violetish, bluish colors, and mostly I am using ultramarine, cobalt blue, and violet, red, orange, yellow, all these colors. And going forward I will also use burnt sienna and neutral tint, etc. Now it should be dry. I have made it dry with the help of a hair dryer, and now once it is fully dry, I am suggesting the distant background. It could be a group of buildings or some landscapes far ahead, far behind, anything. Just follow whatever your heart says and proceed. Okay. And when you reach to the board, you have to be a little careful, and you will be doing little bit of negative painting around the board, okay, to define the board little bit precisely. And I have left some white spots here which will act as a placeholder for some of the figures we will be painting later. I think the background is done now. We don't need too much of things, and some of the darks for the board so that it looks properly hooked to the ground or water, and some darks here also. And I think that's it. We are not making it precise here. We are just trying to create some illusion, right? So if you think these ways, these kind of practice videos are helping you in creating stories with adding figures, please subscribe to my channel, and please also press the bell notification icon so that you get notifications as soon as I release my new videos. And I'll be planning to release new videos as frequently as I can manage, right? And now I'm suggesting the heads and the body for some of the foreign figures. For the darks, I'm using neutral tint and little bit of blues or burnt sienna, And for these blues I'm using cobalt turquoise and a bit of white I'm mixing to make it little opaque. And these are all just suggestions. The torso first, and maybe the hip, pelvic part, and then the legs. Try to get some actions, suggest some actions as well. I know it is not very clear. It is very short video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment box below. And if you have any suggestion to improve or include new topics for these videos, please include that also as a comment. All right. So little oranges for the body color. And yeah, as I told, we are not going for precision. We are going to suggest to the viewer that there are people doing some action, performing some actions. So focus on the suggested action, and also focus on the relative size and the aerial perspective and the depth considerations, rather than making it very accurate. Some of these, I don't know what it is called, some poles or some riggers for these boards. To me, these are some vertical visual elements connecting the land and the sky. And this reflections connects the sky and the water. So it's a way of connecting the horizontal elements with another horizontal element, the background, sky, the boards, the reflection, water. They get connected because of these vertical elements. Some suggestion for the reflections for the main figure, the bigger figure, and similarly some reflection for some figures. You don't have to make it for all figures. You can make it for some key figures, and some of these figures need to pop up a bit more. So I am giving some highlights with pure watercolor white pigments. I think we are pretty close now. We are getting the suggestion. These figures, though very tiny, they are sort of popping up, right, and grabbing some attention, but ensure that don't give highlights too much, right? Don't overdo this. It is very easy to overdo, so be aware that overdoing will spoil your work. Some final correction touches here and there. I think we are pretty much done. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope this video was informative and helpful to you. And please let me know your views, your comments and suggestions. As I have mentioned earlier. So we'll soon come up with another video for figure practicing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.